My friends, welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. Today's episode is all about the Snugpak Ionosphere. Let's go back in time to roughly 2013. I put up my review of this tent, and it was a glowing review. The Snugpak Ionosphere is a fantastic shelter, or I should say, it was. At that point in time, Snugpak had a very good reputation. But going forward in time to roughly 2018, there was changes taking place at Snugpak, and their quality took a hit. In a nutshell, my positive opinion of Snugpak began to go down, and that's because of quality control issues with their products. Product after product, failure after failure, issue after issue. It got to the point where I could no longer comfortably recommend their products. So anytime someone wrote in, they asked me about a Snugpak product, this is what I would say. I would say if you're determined to buy this product, I recommend that you inspect it thoroughly as soon as you get it. I would recommend to the viewer that they buy it from a source that has a very good return policy, just in case there's an issue. I'm sure you're wondering what the changes were with the company. Basically, they moved their manufacturing to China, and the quality took a hit. As soon as the company began having issues with their products and the quality, I stopped supporting the company. I stopped purchasing their products, and I haven't reviewed much since then. That changes today, my friends. What I have here is the Snugpak Ionosphere. This is the latest version, purchased February 2022. This is the 2013 version that I've had for a very long time. In this episode, we are going to compare these two tents, to take a look at the quality, to analyze it, to look at the stitching, the seam tape, and so on. Then there's going to be a part 2, and we are going to do a waterproof test with this tent. This series is all about taking a look at Snugpak and looking at their quality. Are there still issues? I would say yes, based upon the feedback that I've seen online and also on YouTube. When it comes to the reviews of their products, they really are just all over the place. Some are good, some are bad. On YouTube, there's other honest YouTube channels out there. Individuals who have had problems with like leaking, for an example, within the last year with Snugpak products. I want to give a shout out to Grunt Proof. Good work on having an honest channel, my friend. It is appreciated by the entire outdoor community. It is nice to see other honest YouTube channels out there. There's so many channels just selling stuff. They will say anything to make money. I don't like it, and I know you all don't either. There was a point in time where I highly respected this company, but unfortunately, there was just so many issues. There was issues with defective sleeping mats. There was issues with tarps and terrible seam tape. There were issues with products simply tearing apart, and so on. It just goes on and on and on. And that is why my opinion of the company began to go down. With it being 2022, it's time to take a look at this company, take a look at their products, and begin again. It is my hope that the company has fixed their issues and they're selling good products. So with that being said, let's go ahead, set up these tents real quick, and let's get to it. As I set up these tents, folks, again, this is part 1. We're going to evaluate the quality of this new tent and compare it to the older version. Part 2 is all about waterproofness. We are going to set the tent up, put it out in the rain, and let's see if it's waterproof. I personally have high hopes for the company, and I'm hoping to see good quality with this tent. I can't even count how many times I've used this tent. I absolutely love it. I also can't begin to tell you how many rainstorms, rain events that I've been through with this tent, and I've never had a single problem. Just in case you do not know, this tent requires 2 poles. It is not freestanding. It has to be staked out. Basically, it's a tunnel tent. Now the ground is frozen, so let me get a rock. Let's try this again, everyone. Again, this tent is not freestanding. It has to be staked out. Let's switch over to the new one. That is the old one there. The overall design here is exactly the same. I see no immediate differences. Okay. The tent stakes on the new version are slightly smaller than the old version. I mean, it's slight, but it is noticeable. Now, folks, I'm going to pay attention to the bodies, look at the small details, and see if I see any issues or changes compared to the old version. I have found one loose thread so far. That's not bad. Any sort of tent product is going to have loose threads. One or two loose threads, no big deal. That's to be expected. On the inside, I see quite a few loose threads. We'll check those out in a second. Okay, so here's another one. Even on the old version, there's some loose threads here, so. Now let's go to the inside of the tent. Right here at the door, there's two long threads. No big deal. I'm looking at the seam tape. It looks good so far. Now I'm going to compare it to the old version, just to make sure that it's the same. These are the findings that I have so far. First off, the tent seems to be the exact same design. Nothing has changed. The overall quality looks really good to me, to be honest here. Now, of course, we've only looked at the body so far, but everything here is intact. There's no issues. There are some loose threads, but again, that's to be expected. Now, my friends, let's take a close look at the flies. It looks like they've changed the design of the Velcro pole straps. And it looks to be a good change in my opinion. To me it looks like this is more sturdy, more robust. The seam tape is definitely different. It's a different material. Again, it seems more robust to me. After looking over the tent, inside, outside, the body, the fly, the poles, the stakes, I have to say I'm impressed. It looks good in my opinion. I do not see any sort of big issues here. Let me rephrase that. I see no issues at all. There are some minor changes, but they are minor. I don't think they're going to affect the overall performance of this tent, and I'm glad to see that. I want to be able to say to my viewers, hey, if you're looking for a low profile tunnel tent, something for stealth camping, something that's not too heavy, not too expensive, something that's going to keep you dry, this is it. Talking about keeping you dry, I don't know that yet. I suspect there will not be any issues. To find out, you will have to watch part 2 of this series. That will be coming up next week. I will take this tent out, set it up, put it in the rain, and we shall see. But based upon everything that I see here, this looks really, really good. When talking about price, there's the retail price and the price that you can find it for. The retail price of this tent is $230. Back in 2013, I bought it on Amazon for $140. Recently, I bought this on Amazon for $180. The weight of the new version is 3.65 pounds. The weight of the old version is 3.56 pounds. So the weight's gone up just a little bit. And of course, there's going to be natural variations and so on. For the most part, it's the same tent, the same weight. The materials are the same. The dimensions are the same. That's true when it's set up and also stored. The waterproof rating is the exact same for both tents. And all in all, folks, that's it. That's it for this episode. I see no issues with this tent so far, and that gives me high hopes. Hopefully, Snugpak has turned things around, and the quality of their products is up to par. Now comes the rain test episode, and we will find out, is this tent waterproof? The latest version. Again, going back to the 2013 version, it has held up so incredibly well. Super impressed. It is my hope that I can recommend Snugpak again. Ultimately, we will find out with the rain test that's coming up soon. Everyone, comment down below, share your thoughts. What do you all think about Snugpak as a whole? What problems have you had? Maybe you haven't had any problems. Share those as well. It's all about experiences with this channel, so share freely and openly. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the thumbs up because it does help the channel. You can support the Outdoor Gear Review on Patreon or on YouTube. It is appreciated. The Outdoor Gear Review is all about information. It's agenda-free. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm here to provide information, and that's that. Again, good work to Grunt Proof for being honest. I appreciate that, and I know the community does as well. That's it, folks. I'm done for now. Make sure to pay attention to the channel because there's much more to come. Take care, be well, strength and honor. Bye for now.